Alright, my name is James Stogel. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and this is my little project that I've been working on for the past few years. Started out in the beauty of Santa Fe. You guys know about that place, the nature and things like that. I went to college in Montana, and I've always kind of had this appreciation for the environment, for trying to bridge nature and reclaim materials and things like that. So for my undergraduate work, I did a project with Remote Studio, Lori Riker out there at Artemis Institute. This is on the Yellowstone River. It's a contemplation and reflection site for 3 people. In a cottonwood grove, we took willow and we sort of wove it into this large fence, reclaimed timber, reclaimed shaker screen from gravel yards. Turned it into this really cool place that tried to blend in with the natural surroundings and sort of camouflaged itself into the surroundings. We also made wind chimes out of well casings. It's really windy in Livingston, Montana, if you guys have ever been there. So the wind blows over it and it sounds like Japanese flute. It's really nice. So it's a steel frame. We then did, okay, next project. This is in Gardena, California. I was working for Cunningham Group Architects out in LA, and got this really cool project in South Central where we were redoing an old church and administration building. This is a community outreach project introducing the community to environmental charter schools, which is, they're the ones who are doing the project. I got a bunch of old movie sets donated, and I took those and broke them down. It's Luan plywood on a little 1x2 frame, ripped it down into little sheets or strips, gave those strips to elementary school, middle school students. They ended up painting them all with the colors that they had for their school, and then had the high school students at the same environmental charter school, the high school version. The art students made pieces of art that were symbolizing environmental architecture, or what is the environment. So then we had an event over here where it was kind of like an art show, sort of outdoor exhibition, where we invited all of the people in Gardena to come and learn about environmental charter schools, and you know, sort of a meet and greet, and also sign their kids up to come and attend this school. From there, from California, I went over to Eastern Europe and was lucky enough to find myself in Belgrade. I won an architecture competition for the Mixer Festival and had to go into downtown Belgrade and build a culture shack, is what it was called. So once again, looking for reclaimed materials, I was able to find a burned down building out in the forest about 20 miles outside of Belgrade. Went out there, tore the building down, and then brought it all over to, this is the Bronco Bridge connecting Old Belgrade and New Belgrade. There was no pedestrian crossing over the railroad tracks, so I decided to build one for this festival. There's the burned wood that you can see. This is, you know, I was tired of seeing grandmas having to like walk and hobble over the train tracks, so I wanted to make it easier for them to do that. The pavilion in the back was for people to do yoga, for there to be little outdoor concerts. And then I was working, luckily ended up working with, these are architecture students from, I think it's called Stogel University in Germany, also the University of Architecture in Belgrade, and then Polis University, which is in Albania. So I don't know if you're familiar with sort of racial or ethnic tensions and stuff of the Balkans, but it's pretty cool that I got to have Albanian and Serbian architecture students working together to do a design build project right on this beautiful location in downtown Belgrade. So yeah, the whole thing was that it turned into Infinity Edge, which was sort of a happy accident when the deck was level, but it ended up going right to the water, trying to connect the water to the downtown Savamala district, which is undergoing a massive change right now. It was kind of a rundown industrial part of town, but now it's seeing a whole resurgence in life. This is the Bora Rami's building in downtown Pristina, Kosova, and it burned in 2008. The whole side on your left used to be an ice skating rink. Now it's a parking garage, and the other side is, this is the interior view. along with 36 other performance artists and other sort of artist people, youth, probably everybody in their 20s and 30s. We got to rehabilitate this whole place and have a one-night event for an hour and a half called the Ode to Repetition. I was able to build 3 installations. This was one of them. These are 15-foot letters that says Tudua, which means I love you in Albanian. They want to tear this building down and put a big shopping mall there, which you know, is sad because it's probably the coolest building in all of Yugoslavia that I saw when I spent a year there. But then it used to be a stadium, so these are all wooden chairs that were sitting in the basement covered in dust, so I washed them off and I made this sort of entry piece that 1,500 people walked through on the night of the event. And so yeah, the chairs, I also found these aluminum pipes that made this really interesting hanging sculpture, and then back to the Tuduas, which means I love you. On the other side of the building it said Jakamebo, which means what to do. So it was like saying I love you, but what to do about that, because the city, the country, the building, everything is a little wild and different right now, and kind of don't know what to do about it. But this right here is the hanging sculpture. Those are all like 10-foot long aluminum pipes that we just hang from little cables. And you can see this is the night of the event. Everybody is in here, you know, as the performance goes on. Okay, thank you.